mic check, mic check. Just doing a little bit of a live stream here again. Today we're just working on some logistics stuff, which is it's like more relaxing stuff to work on. Like some things you can't see, like you work on something and you can't see it visually working for maybe months, but logistics stuff you see it right away, which is kind of cool. What was I doing? Whatever. So what we are trying to do is let's just jump out to script for a sec. Try to make the text bigger as well. Okay, we have a little basically making like a cargo unload menu, just so like you can walk up to a vehicle. Oop, that's not right. So you can walk up to a vehicle. I wonder why that happened. Ah, that's why. Yeah, basically, so you can walk up to a vehicle and then you get like a list of the cargo that's inside it. And then you can select which thing you want to unload. And then I was thinking of maybe, because this exit button is like the same as just pressing escape, like you press escape and the menu closes like that. We don't really need an exit button here. But what we could use instead is like, this could be like unload to ground, like so it would unload on the ground. And this could be like unload carry, so like it unloads into your hand sort of thing. Anyways, that's just the thoughts bouncing around my head. But we've done a little bit. So if I just like grab this box. We're gonna walk with this box for a second, load it in. And now if I just walk up and like open the menu again, we do get, see it comes up here, basic ammo, NATO, and then how full the box is. I'm actually gonna make it so we can name the boxes coming out of here. So like, if we look at this thing, we go, just save this to clipboard. Cursor objects, set variable, QSST, custom display name, my box, true. This one's gonna be named, this box is named like my box. And something like that should help. Hopefully identify it in the vehicle. What are these things? Yeah, they're in the back correctly there. Let's actually also take the cover off this vehicle before we get too far. So, like cursor object, cover, maybe hide cover. One, like that. There we go. Now we can see our stuff in the back. The antennas look a bit weird, so we might hide those as well. Hide antennas 1. Oh, that didn't work. Animate door. I don't know why they use different, I don't know, whatever. Don't think about it. Just do it. Okay, cool. Sorted. Just gonna check to make sure our stream is working. It seems to be. Seems to be functional. All good. Yes, all good. Okay. So yeah. So what we just did with the display name, so here in the script we're like, the menu opens here. This is like the menu like opening from this line downwards. We just get like some of the controls, get what we're looking at, the attached objects, which is like the vehicle cargo. We could also eventually put like attached objects vehicle plus like get vehicle cargo vehicle, but we don't need to think about that differentiation yet. So here's all our buttons. Like this is what happens when we press that exit button. This is like the unload button right here. This is the display. Like when the display closes, what executes, or when the menu closes. So what we just worked on there with like the box naming, we're gonna do that here. So we'll get like, just define a variable, so private, actually, is that the right spot for it? Whatever. Let's make a gap here. There's like different parts in the code. So we got like the display preparing up here. We'll have like the object info in here, and then like cargo variables down here. So we got dn for display name, just give it a neutral variable. This is in the apply command, so this is like iterating through the cargo. So dn equals so it's x get variable qsst custom dn, and then if that variable doesn't exist, we'll just drop that in there, and then swap out here for this. And now if we re-execute, oops, I'm stupid. If we re-execute our code block, it should, instead of saying like NATO ammo, it should say like my box, like we named earlier. Let's see if it does that. Yes, there it is. There's like my box. This is gonna synchronize with like the cargo. Like when you load out of the cargo load menu, when you name the inventory, it's going to apply that name to the box itself, and then when you're running around like unloading logistics, like this, you're going to be able to see like, oh, that's that box, like that's the save name there. At least that's the intention. So. We'll obviously format this a bit better, but that's something to do later. For now, we just need to make it work. Like, there's just stuff to do. So when you click on it, the list opens, and then the script needs to be able to know like which one we're selecting. So we're gonna take a peek at some other menu stuff we've done, just to remember what the right way to do it is. So let's just go in and do that now. That's our unload cargo menu, and I also have the vehicle, the new pylon editor menu coming. So what I've done here. So set up our display info. We don't need to load it, anything like that. What we will need is a cancel function. So how did I do this loop? So I did a something and then a cancel exit with. So we'll just do the same here. We have our, like all the code that's going like above the loop. And down here we'll just do a loop. So for, what do I not use? Z from 0 to 1 step 0 do. I do that sort of a loop because there's no expression to evaluate every loop. So like with a while loop, when you do this, this bit of code gets like evaluated every loop, which is just unnecessary. So mind you, I don't know, just preference, both work. I like a for loop and then exit with. Both do the same thing though. So let's do our exit, or like our cancel function. So our arguments will we'll need like the vehicle itself. That'll be like the main one. And so inner loop, it'll just be like if cancel exit with. So this display, we can pass the display as well. So display, not sure I need to do that. Maybe I'll give the display a name. So I'll go like UI namespace variable. Actually, I'll just use the dialog command. So this is our like condition right here. We'll do like if not dialog. So like if the dialog closes, then obviously we want to exit this loop down here. This is gonna grow in size too. Just watch. Like it'll go from like what you see here to like this. Like it's gonna be ridiculous. This is a complicated one. I don't think we're gonna need that. Like this is, well, it is theoretically more complicated, but I don't know. Whatever. I don't want to think too much about it. So if not dialog, if vehicle distance camera on greater than actually pause. So we're gonna pass a I've learned this from other times. So vehicle pause equals get pause world vehicle. This is just so like if the vehicle moves around, so we want to get the position of the vehicle at the time that we start doing this thing. So yeah, we got our display name code in. I'm gonna replace this too. I don't like this at all. Okay. Just considering things. Okay. Vehicle distance, vehicle pause is greater than, what's our buffer? Like 5? So if it moves more than 5 meters, the menu closes. But does vehicle still exist? First we need to go like, if not alive vehicle. So the vehicle blows up, obviously close the cargo menu. And we need the menu to like update in real time because there could very easily be like 2 or 3 players like moving stuff in and out of here. Sorry, I just had to cough. Okay, there could easily be like multiple players like accessing the inventory. Where's our drone? See if this works. Ah, I forgot to set the variables on it. Actually, is it just activating? No, it also needs the variables. So cursor object, set variable, yes. I should give it like, I should have like a generic logistics variable name instead of like loadable. Because then like, I don't know. I just want it, when one thing's toggled, that it works for everything. This one needs to be activated still. And then just this one. Toggle it, activate it. Can I pick it up? There it is. Carryable. Let's carry it. I've done a bit of work with this carry system, just so it like looks and feels better, and then like is more dynamic. So I don't need to like configure specific carry points on the player anymore. I've done like more procedural way. It's not perfect. Like arguably this box should be rotated 90 degrees, So eventually, like down the line, we can do like custom rotations and appearances for the more commonly used items. But for now, this is good enough. So we'll go carry. Got our drone loaded in. So our drone's like loaded in the truck now. Now if I take our bit of code in the menu, so we'll pop our menu open. Now what do we got? Alright, there's our Pelican medical Pelican, whatever. I wonder why it shows like, it must have like inventory on it. There must be like inventory in the Pelican. Oh shit, there's 4 explosive charges in the Pelican. Okay. Wonder if I can take one. No. One on the ground. I've just put an explosive charge in the ground. I wonder if I can like pick this up. It's probably in a weapon holder, so probably not, but cursor object, set variable, QS, logistics, loadable. Okay, so I can like, I wonder what happens here. Okay, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. What am I even carrying? Is this like a, okay, this is like a weapon holder, which is massive. Okay. What do I do with this? Okay, interesting. So we're actually gonna see if we can load it into the, load our explosives charge into the, Pelican. I'm not sure we can, but we'll see. So load cargo. Busy. Load. Okay. So I've just loaded a weapon holder into the Pelican. So now I'm extremely confused. So what's in here? Nothing? It must be like underground. Yeah, it's way down there now. This is dangerous. Okay. Release. And it's just sitting there, isn't it? Okay. Stuff like this will be, I do want to put stuff like this in. This isn't necessarily for like Invade Annex, it could be for like Zeus missions or like future unannounced things. So we'll just put it over there and just leave it. I want my drone back though. What do we have to work on? We're working on the menu. That's the main purpose of why we're here today. Can I load like a box in with that? Just so I get 2 things in the menu. Oh, okay, so it loads in, but it loads into like the extended scripted cargo, not the nice cargo like that. Okay. So we have that. Let's go back here. Grab this. Just have a look at our menu once more. Yeah, so my box, I want another box in there. Okay, so we have 2 boxes in there. It gives us something to look at in the menu. And now we will work on our thing. So we have our function. This is our return here. So we have not dialog, like if the menu closes, if the vehicle is dead, or if the vehicle goes away. What are some other states that should close the menu? That might be good enough for now. I'm sure there's more. But we can cheat. We can look at our other function and see what we did. So here's the same function in a different file. So this one I check to see it, like, is the vehicle like being sling loaded? I don't mind if people are unloading stuff. In this case, though. Simulation, yeah, we'll steal that one. So we'll steal this. Get rid of our curly braces for a bit. A vehicle. I wonder why I did get pause world object. Could have just done object. Distance object position. I don't know. It's a good question. I'm gonna leave it for now though because I don't feel like testing to see if changing it breaks anything. But we're just gonna use vehicle over here. So whatever. And we have to make sure this thing works. Like positionally, it has to work on like the deck of an aircraft carrier, which is like hundreds of meters above the terrain, as well as that terrain. All right, so exit with, and then we'll put a system chat exit print down here, just so we can see system chat entry. So we're working on, mainly we're working in our loop right here. That's what we're trying to get going. Trying to spin it up. But we'll put a sleep first, so UI sleep, dag, delta time, like a good generic sleep value for a tight loop, like a tight display loop. In this other menu, this is like a pylon editor system. But I worked on it recently, so I remember I remember some of it. Selected index, selected name. Yeah, selected index is important. We want to get our current load of the thing. So we need the whatever, I don't care the order that they go in at the moment. So we'll go load equals load abs vehicle. And we're gonna keep polling the load abs as like an indicator of actually load abs, no, that's inventory stuff. Yeah, that's not right. We shouldn't be using load abs because that's like inventory, not like attached entities. So we'll private the attached objects, and then we will keep in the loop. We'll keep polling it because, like, while we are unloading stuff, someone else may be like while we're in our menu, someone else may be like unloading stuff, and the menu has to be synchronized, so it has to be updating while we're in the menu. So we need to keep polling attached objects. We got our basic exit state ready. This is the main one, obviously. So when we close the menu, the loop closes. We'll just test that now, actually. So we'll select it all. We'll go in. Oh, bug already. If, oh, yeah, type code expected. I wonder if that's going to keep giving us an error, or whether it's like, okay, hopefully it just didn't do. We got to do like call, cancel. And then we have params, so we need vehicle and vehicle pause. Call cancel. Okay. Now let's see what happens. We're checking in the chat box here to see if our exit state comes up. When we close the that's a paste error. I'm just so dumb these days. It's ridiculous. Yeah, okay, that's better. There's like, what don't I screw up is the question. Okay, that exited right away. I'm wondering why. Is that just always iterating? That error should go away, hopefully. I'm gonna actually, that error is not leaving the screen, so it's probably just like iterating over and over. So I'm actually gonna reconnect to the server. So I don't have to deal with an error constantly building up. Okay. Oh yeah, I love this thing. Love our little helicopter system. So let's go over to our spots. Over to our testing site. These should all still be interactable. Such a nice, simple system. I like it. Okay, let's go. So that's fixed. I want to put a failsafe in here as well. If there's no failsafe, then I don't want like the loop to continue. If failsafe executed. Okay, so it should create a false variable, and then if it ever goes through, like manually toggling it, then we'll exit our loop. That's just for scripting, so we don't have to do that again. So we'll get our menu, should be empty. Looking in the chat here. Why did it exit so fast? Why did it exit like right away? It's weird. Just put junk in the chat, and then, so we'll go in again. So entry and exit right away. Interesting. I wonder what's toggling it. I think it must be like the dialog isn't fully opened at this time. We'll go down and see how this code works. So it is spawned. 0 to 1 step 0. If failsafe. Call cancel. Not dialog. Not alive. Simulation enabled. I wonder if it's gotta be simulation enabled, huh? Now what? Did the vehicle like go to sleep while I wasn't watching? Entry, exit right away. Interesting. Is it a logic thing? I don't know. Let's make sure it's not triggering that. It must be this dialog one then, but now we'll try like no namespace set variable yes menu unload cargo display, and we'll chuck display in there. Under here we'll do like just reset it, and then in our we'll replace this is null. Okay. We'll see what happens here. could be like a UI display issue, which would be unfortunate. Yeah, so we're just exiting right away, which is just terribly unfortunate. I wonder if that's why. I wonder if it's like, yep, I wonder if I had it right in the other system, and then I'm just going through all this trial and error crap again. Alright, see what happens. Menu opens, nothing, nothing, come on. I just didn't, I updated that, but I didn't grab this bit. Menu entry, there we go. Okay, so it was that pause thing. What a disaster. Vpause. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Okay. That means we can go back to just using dialogue. It's good to have the display menu in a variable as well, though. We will certainly need it. Okay, entry, and then close and exit. Okay, that's set up properly. Now we can do stuff. Okay, load in. Load in. Let's see if it still has our name. Like, if we check our inventory. We don't need that bit at the moment. So let's do this. Still have our little name there. That's cool. My box. Okay, what next? We need some more variables. We need the current cursor selection. So cursor selection equals, say, -1. Private that. Keep changing it. So what did I do in this? So maybe I'll just steal these. So selected name and selected index. I'm just going to copy these over. Save some time. Just doing the same thing. There's a lot of similarities. So if this one updates, why would it ever update? So if the box selected index, there's some like issue with selected index being -1, and then you're trying to access like -1 in a list. This is our selected index in here, and I'm gonna keep this variable because it just looks good. So our attached objects, and then selected index. Obviously rename this, so just menu unload cargo. We'll steal that name. Display, might as well check a client just to keep similarity with the rest of them. So we get like the selected index in the of our cursor. What's our display control? IDC for the list box, 1804. Very similar. Okay. So we'll go like in silent stir selected index. And we have a couple boxes in there, so we should be able to see that that does something. Oh, great. Display select 0. Oh, okay, I did some weird display stuff in the other system. So maybe Yeah, I was having like mad like variable issues in the other system. Oh shoot. Okay, that's a mistake. Recently got in. Okay, so it's showing in chat -1. And it's still showing -1. Okay. Not what we want. Let's go. Int empty. Close that. Silent. Selected index. I wonder if I'm having display issues again here. Actually, I might just be dumb again. Every time it's like I have a problem, I'm like, oh, this is a problem. It ends up being me. That's the problem. So if I just click here in the hint box, it goes to 0. Or it goes to 1 here. So that means we're making progress. So what do we need now? Okay, what do you need now? Let's look at the other script again. It's so nice having like a library of functional stuff to look at. Because it's just makes things easy. So I seem to, in this one, there were moments when we updated the menu. I'm just looking at why it wasn't updating periodically. Okay. Okay, I see. Okay, I see what to do now. Okay, so we need a copy of this array. So attached objects 1. And then what are we doing? So attached will be like our working array. And then we need some arrays to detect changes. Actually, that should be okay. That should be okay. We'll just chuck this in here. And then we'll use this down here just to go like, if attached objects vehicle is not equal to attached objects 1, then, and this is like the update condition. This is like, if this ever goes true, then we have to update what's in the menu. I think that makes sense, sort of. So we'll just chuck this in here. And then this little bit of code here is our like menu thing, display name thing, like what like populates the list with text. So yeah, so we're going to test this as well. We're going to add in a sleep, say 3 more seconds, and then delete vehicle attached objects, cursor object, select 0. And that'll just cycle through, that'll cycle this. And we just want to see our menu like refresh. So we're going to just paste all this now. We got our 2 boxes in there. So we're going to open up our menu and then just wait. We'll go like this. Menu opens, watch. Oh, okay, so it added, oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. So what I forgot to do, as I've done over in the other script, is clear the menu first. So right here, you go lb clear IDC. So back we go. lb add lb clear. Okay. So what we're simulating here is like you are looking in the unload menu, and then someone else comes up and like grabs something out of it, or the driver, like if I'm a driver, I have this option to like unload stuff in here, like unload all. So as a driver I can unload, and then like other people can unload. So when you're in the menu, it's got to synchronize to the current state rather than just the state of the menu when you opened it. If that makes sense? I'm sure it makes sense. Okay. So we're going to test maybe one more box. Where my supplies at? There. Equipment box, is it too big? It's pretty big. So we'll go explosives. Load it in. Oh, cool. It goes up there. I want to know how they calculate those things. I like how they calculate available space. I think that's really cool. I'm too dumb to do that stuff. Okay. So now we're just going to execute it again. Just make sure we've grabbed the new code. We'll execute it all again. No, we didn't grab enough of it. Gotta grab this as well. So we want to see our menu update to reflect the change in vehicle cargo. Wait a couple of seconds, menu opens. Wait a couple more seconds. Ew. Oh, just a script error. Just the stupid, this doesn't match this. It's because I'm pasting stuff over from another function. Which is causing like issues because I'm a bit lazy. So we'll try again. So 2 in there. 1 disappears and our menu reflects that. I wonder if this can fit in. Yes, it does. Very cool. So we'll try again. Just execute. Menu opens, got 2. Someone takes something out, menu shows 1. Okay, I like that. And then we're gonna have the lb set cursor. That's a command, yeah, okay. What if there's nothing in the what if attached equals 0? So we'll go like if attached is equal to empty, then what's the syntax for lb set cursor? lb set cursor IDC index. Okay. So is equal to there, then lb set cursor IDC -1. I wonder if that makes sense. We'll see if that generates an error. This is one of those little if then else things where we can simplify it a bit. So if attached to 0, -1, select attached is equal to that. So this will just put like the cursor on a certain line based on what's in the menu. So if there's stuff in the menu, it puts it on the top. If there's nothing in the menu, then it puts it not on the top. So what happens to our cursor? Oh, and it gives us an error. Type code expected array. That's a weird one. Oh, another dumb thing. Just dumb. Okay. For some reason I get like stupid whenever I do scripting on stream. It's not like I don't care all that much. Like, I don't care if I make script errors while people are watching. I just don't care at all, actually. What object do we want to use? We want to use more grenades? Yeah, we like grenades. I like grenades. Ew, no, that one was too big. Okay, basic ammo NATO. It's our like standard box. We're gonna load all these in. Hopefully, like, I did some work to like improve the loading, like this action right here, so it loads in the nearest one. It needs like a little, yeah, it's like silent. I don't like that. I want it to like, I like that little sound of like, you know, like when you do this, there's a bit of a sound. Yeah, I want that sound of the other one as well. Okay. So we got our thing in. Let's make sure we grabbed everything from our menu. Yes, it's all on the clipboard. See, our stream is going. Oh. Manually put add-on plans? Nah, that's a question for someone else. Like, I'm not the guy for that. I do like, most of the stuff I've done is like vanilla compatible. Like, I would say that I do modding, but I do modding in a way that you can inject it into like a non-modded public server. If that makes any sense. What is going on with the steering? What is this? This is so weird. This vehicle is retarded, man. What is wrong with it? I don't know what's wrong with that vehicle, man. It's like shaking. I actually can't. I have no idea. Also don't need these guns. Or does this one shaking as well? Bizarre. That vehicle's like shaking, man. What's wrong with it? If I get into it, is it like properly weird? Wonder if it's the stuff in the back. Is it this stuff back here that's the problem? Is it still shaking? Is our vehicle still shaking? I wonder if like having, yeah, it is. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just, it needs to die. We might kill it. But then I gotta set up a new one with all the right animations. I might just leave it alive. Okay. But yeah, with that question, a while loop evaluates the while expression each iteration, which like it's, you know, unnecessary. Like our for loop, we have an exit with, so it's probably pretty much the same. It's just preference really. Because we use an exit with, it's really just preference. If there's no exit with, then a for loop is better because it's not evaluating an expression each loop. Like you should never have something that's like while true do, unless there's like an exit with, or else you should just use a for loop because there's no like expression being evaluated each loop for nothing. Okay, this vehicle's so strange. I'm afraid to use it. driving strange as well. I don't know. This is bizarre. This is really weird. Okay, whatever. We're still gonna use it. Just don't blow up on me. Where were we? So we were doing something. I'm sure we were doing something. Oh yeah, okay, so we're just testing once more the menu updating when things are taken out of it. The menu opens, someone takes something out, and the menu is like updated. Just gonna keep doing it, and then I want to see what happens when it gets to 0. So this is all that's left. And now something goes out, and what happens to our... Okay, cool. I like that. That looks good. So now what? We have a basics of our loop to show what's in the list. What sort of stuff did I have in this other system? Selected index. Selected name. Control enable. So we have to, like, if there's, need more. I just deleted all my boxes, so I need more. I need more supply boxes. Just print a few of these. That should do. Okay. Maybe a few more. Maybe 5 more. Okay, that's good. So when you have the menu open, it like all the buttons are clickable, but like if you press the unload button with nothing selected, then nothing will happen. So the unload button should only be clickable if there's something selected. So I'm going to get rid of this delete vehicle bit for a bit. So we open it up. So we have our 3 boxes in there. But this button here is like clickable. That's fine when one of these is selected, but if none of them are selected or the list is empty, then it shouldn't be clickable. So we are going to how do we want to do this? I want to, what's our control select is our unload button. We'll go, so selected index. This is also setting like this variable every like cycle, which is not great. So what we can do, we can do like if selected index is not equal to this result, then we update selected index. That's just like less variable assignments, which is better. It's not too important for like a localized system like this that's like only running in specific circumstance, but it's for good practice. You want to limit the amount of like unnecessary variable assignments you do. So it's about like only updating, or only assigning a variable if there's like a change in the variable. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so what we want to do is like toggle whether something's enabled. If control enabled, control, very strange. Oh, display control, yeah. So I want to get like the alternative syntax for this one. So control enabled, control, okay. We'll take something like this, go display. What's our control? It is select, huh? I actually have to optimize this function. It's good but unoptimized. But we actually need to finish things before we optimize them, so another day. Or another update, not this one. So control enable, but we don't want it always to be true. An initial example could be like selected index is not equal to -1. So theoretically by doing this, when the cargo is empty, the button to unload will disable. Let's see what happens. So thing goes, and actually, yeah, when we open it up, see how like nothing's selected and the button is disabled, like right here, button's not clickable. Yeah, so that's okay. And then we'll do it once more, just to show the button toggling off. Yeah, so it's already off. Okay, so yeah, our button's not clickable now, which is what we want. This exit button is unnecessary. In other menus, I've like removed a button and put like information display there, like vehicle information. But this is all like, you know, gotta do something before you can do everything. So we're just doing something now. This down here is like the class defines for this menu. I don't like it, but it works, right? So how are we looking? That button changes now, and now we want to work on other bits of it. I want to work on like the actual unload component now. So what do I do here? I'll just keep referring to like the other system I've worked on. It's sort of similar. Okay, so display selected. Where's our, yeah, okay. So I just basically passed a variable around. Actually, I do need two options. I need like an unload where the player stays in the menu, and then like an unload where they like leave the menu and are carrying the item. So we do need two forms of unload. Unfortunately, because I have to edit description.ext, we're gonna have to leave it under the heading exit for now. I mean, that's okay. That's okay. So I need another variable. What do I need? So x select 0 is the object. So your namespace set variable data attached. That's our like menu data. Attached apply. Because I don't care about like the name that much. So apply x select 0. This is going to give us the this is going to give us the object only. Like it's going to give us this, just x. None of this like load and display name stuff. And we're going to update this. Actually, we're going to update it down here as well. For each attached apply x select 0. So this maintains our like list of objects. And then we have our selected index. And combine these two with I'm going to rename it because it's not so much data as it is like objects. And then, so we have objects and then also selected index. And with these two, we have our array and our index in the array. We can actually just start working on this bit now. So we need another vehicle. This is like UN namespace set variable US client targets. This is like our target entity. So what we're trying to do is gather up some important variables to pass down to the unload action, which like executes sort of separately, like in a different scope, where like these variables here don't exist down here. But this is a completely different scope. So we need to gather up the important variables and send them down to a different scope. So where's selected index? We actually need to define it up here as well. It's actually getting a bit messy, but it's okay. Because it shouldn't be too complicated. Like this isn't supposed to be a super complicated script. So we got vehicle is that default null. Do I need the display? I don't really need the display. I need the objects. That's what I need. Objects and empty array. Attached equals not sure why I'm using UI namespace for these, but it just seems like it's okay. I usually do for menu stuff. So what we're doing is like preparing variables for actually just unloading the cargo. So obviously we need like sanity checks, like if attached is equal to empty exit with cargo list, if selected index is equal to -1, exit with invalid index, if not alive vehicle, exit with invalid vehicle or something like that. Oops. Okay, so because yeah, we don't want to make assumptions about these variables because things may change between here and this completely different scope here, especially in multiplayer. Okay, so here we can be sure, we can be confident that if the code gets here, that the vehicle exists, that interesting, okay. If attached is equal to 0 or attached objects vehicle is equal to, this is like a failsafe, like if you press the unload action at the same time as someone else, this might still have the data from when you pressed it, but the actual list of objects in the vehicle inventory may change. Actually, we want to get like the selected data as well. So yeah, we want to get this as well. Like we want all of this. Interesting. So maybe we were right on the first go. Whatever, I don't care. We'll work on that later. It's a pretty easy switch. It just means like we save attached, and then we want to compare like what we want to unload with what the vehicle has to unload. But I think we should be able to do it here. But menu unload object, that's what I want to test. So I want to get hold of the object that we want to unload in this scope. Object null variable. And so this will be your namespace. So when the index in the menu changes, that variable object is attached select, and this is only if the index is not -1. If it's not -1, then else if it is -1, then we'll go obj null. Okay. This is another one of those things where you can just go like, so take our variable and then we can do like, I'm gonna, yeah, hard to describe. Selected index is equal to -1 means unload object equals optional. else. So attach, select, selected index, select 0. So, but the problem is, yeah, I think I did it right the first time. This code gets evaluated, but if selected index is equal to -1, then select -1, select 0 produces an error. So I can't do it that way in this case, making an assumption. So the correct way to do it is how we did it here. Probably a better way, but smarter people than I can deal with that. Okay, selected index is not equal to -1. Now we have the object from the menu, so requested object equals if okay. So now we want to see what information we get. So system chat stir, and then we'll just do like vehicle attached selected index and requested object, and we'll see what reports here. Get rid of this. I'm not going to use that delete bit for a sec. Okay, back to the game. So where's our boxes? Bring our cargo as the closer one. I wonder why the vehicle's jittering. That's bizarre. I wonder why. Is it on something? It's like bouncing all weird. It's really weird. I'm just gonna check the mass. So we got like system chat stir get mass cursor object should be 1871. Then the mass of this one is 12,000. That's why. So the mass is going up and up. Interesting. There's a bug somewhere with the cargo loading. That's why 1871. Cursor object set mass 1871. Okay, so it should drive normally now. That's an interesting bug. So we've just found like a deep old school bug in the logistics system where the mass is not like recalculated when a box is pulled out. Interesting. Well, we solved it at least. It's like a good thing for sure. I put 4 in there. I wonder how many I can put in. No space in current configuration. Sure. That's weird. I've sworn there's space in there. Okay, so that's cool to find that bug. I'll have to remember that. Yeah, I can't load it in. Okay. So let's check our, I see space. The game doesn't see space though. Okay, let's check our menu here. So get rid of this delete bit for a second. And so we got our 4 boxes. Say I click unload, what goes into the chat now? Nothing, great. 0, 1, 2, 3. Nothing into the chat? Come on, man, come on. Invalid index, interesting. On unload, oh, I have it in the on unload bit, Jesus. Gosh, I'm dumb, man. It's all in the wrong spot. It's supposed to be in select, okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the mistakes that I wouldn't make when I'm just working. I make those mistakes when I'm using YouTube, like when I'm streaming it. I'm sure talking doesn't help that much with like concentration. Okay, so what reports to the chat now? So we got our off-road, we got our list of boxes, and then we got the index in the menu is right here, the 1, and then this must be the box that we're trying to remove. So that's all good. So we can actually what's the best way to go about this? Client interact, unload cargo. So this is our unload cargo action. Cargo. Yeah, so this function isn't appropriate for like, to have an unload cargo action. It's just not appropriate for what we're trying to do though. Like it selects at random, whereas we can feed a specific one to it now. So we're gonna go back to our menu. Add widgets to what? Add widgets to the Zeus interface. Movement and rotation for X, Y, Z. Oh, for like objects. Aren't there like I wish I'd done more with like Zeus mods, but I feel like there's other mods out there now, and I'm more interested in like working on like integrating those mods than actually like doing Zeus mods myself. Like there were some things that I wanted to do. Like I wanted like an external, like an extra context menu. Like say you select a group here. So say you got your group and like you double click and this menu opens. I wanted like another menu off to the side with like some extended systems, like probably over here. I wanted like another menu off to the side for like advanced systems. But you know, only so much time in the day, and this isn't my day job, so it's not getting the attention. What do we got here? Yeah, there's so many cool things like there's so many cool things that we're just looking at but not touching. So like if we just come over here, like I don't know who it was, but someone asked me to like with the winch stuff I was working on, like pulling vehicles and stuff. Someone asked me to like make it so you could hook and unhook it manually. And that was a massive rabbit hole. So like while we're messing around with cargo, there's also this other system just right in front of us. You just grab the winch rope here, and then you gotta like place your orb. We hook it on, maybe right there. You hook. And then you can come over here and like got a few options. You can unhook it. So we can like pull. We can pull. If you look on the right, there's like a rope movement thing. Actually, it follows wherever the oh, that's open. So it follows wherever like the GPS thing is. The GPS is there. So it's like there now. So like you can like pull vehicles and stuff. And then you can also just lengthen it out. You can also pull them from outside the vehicle. So you can like stand over here and operate the winch. So we're like operating the winch now. Yeah. We can cut the rope. Just for like multiplayer sanity, we don't do too much with like ropes winding up. Like that period of time where ropes are winding up is like a window for desync and bullshit to happen. So I just cut the rope. So cut the rope and it disappears. Then there's no like time for weirdness to happen, like players to do stuff with the rope while it's winding up, and so it's just easier to get rid of the rope. And then of course there's like this towing stuff. You heard about towing? Like this sort of thing. I call it, like in the menu it's called pulling. I should probably rename it to towing, but as someone who's done like professional like semi-trailer driving, I refuse to want to call rope pulling as towing. You don't tow with a rope. You tow with like a joint, like an axis joint, like a rotational joint is towing. Like this is not towing, this is pulling. You do this with like, if you have like a strap in a destroyed vehicle and you can't tow it, with like another person in this seat of the other one to use the brakes. But we simulate brakes, like we script brakes to like that. Yeah, so this isn't towing, but the game calls it towing, and I might have to call it towing. I call it pulling though. But it's got a lot of like cool stuff, like so you got that, and then so you chuck this one here, and then whoa, okay, oh okay. These vehicles must be like in sleep mode or something. Anyway, I think I probably have to use them first before I can manipulate them. That's ours now, and then this is ours now. I don't think I've shown this bit on video before. Like I think I've shown the towing on video, but like this little, what we're about to do, I don't think I've shown. So I got pull. We actually have a whole chain, so we've actually just daisy chained a whole lot of vehicles together. That one's a bit stuck, so it takes a second just to like loosen it up. But now that they're going, I think my top speed with this sort of configuration is like 20. Just so it's confusing, but there's a very good reason why we like the heavier vehicle has to be in front. So we have two light vehicles in front now. So like this towing setup, the game calculates physics only with the two off-roads here. Physics wise, for my driving, only the off-road behind me is calculated. The two HEMTs are not, which is like exploiting, so I can tow at the speed of how fast I can tow the off-road there. And that's the max speed, so I get like, I'm towing these super heavy trucks behind me for free, like speed-wise. So I have it set so like when you're doing a cheaty configuration like that, there's a top speed of 20. So if we go over 20, there's a weak link, and the weak link gets broken. So now it's restored to sanity. I don't think I've shown that on camera before, or on video before. That's pretty cool. That's what separates like the amateurs. Like the amateurs just put in towing and call it a day. We put in towing, and then we go 7 extra steps of complexity. And yeah. So now, see, I can't really tow very fast. Like, if I enter cruise control and then pump the cruise control speed, like this is like the max speed I can go. But there's no, like, because the vehicle behind me is the same, roughly the same mass as the one behind it, that's okay. So there's no weak link in the chain here. If that makes any sense. So that this configuration, you just go as fast as you can, and there's not going to be like a scripted brake. So yeah, and then we can wind up the ropes. Wind them up, I think 2 is the minimum I've set. It gets a bit tricky with 2, so I want to wind it down to 5. Yeah, that's like, you know, we're messing around with like this inventory stuff, and right behind us is all this other cool stuff. I'm actually trying to like, This vehicle's working so hard. I want to like, you know, if I had 20 extra thousand years of like life, I might like, you know, I work on like engine overheating stuff. Just to like give value to some of the more serious towing trucks. Like the Hemet. Like the engine won't overheat towing heavy stuff. Just cool stuff like that, but you know, don't have time to. But this is good enough. I'm just literally just trying to get back to our spot where all my boxes are. Actually, where'd our weak link go? That's got all the stuff in it. Okay, it's over here. So we're just gonna stop here because towing is heavy work and I can't go very fast. So we'll just takes a minute to get going. There we go. It's all released. And then back to other stuff. So we'll go back to our menu here. I actually have a lot of good information. I actually have all the good information. So I have the parent vehicle, I have the list of entities from the menu, I have the selected index and the requested object. So what we can do, quite simple, is just go like null set vehicle cargo requested object and just see what happens. Yeah, we're just gonna see what happens. This should hopefully unload the box of our choice, which is like the first step. Get our menu, take that out. It'd actually be cool if like an icon would appear over the box itself while we're doing this. That might be like, in fact, that's an awesome idea. So like while we're clicking through this list, like an icon is showing over the box here. I think that's a great idea. In fact, I'm gonna do it. So anyways, so we got our box in the middle here. So we go unload, unloads. Ta-da. And last one, unload. Look at that, look at that. How cool is that? Okay. So we got our objects, throw in like something else here, so we go, where's like a UAV? So I like the colorful civilian one, don't ask why. Medical drone. I have to set this as a logistics object again, so I might change that logistics variable before it's too late. So if we start using it a lot, then it's too late to change it. Anyway, so load this in. Actually, it's taking up most of the cargo space. Maybe we'll try in here. So we'll load it in. And then we'll unload this. Load it in here. And now we'll use this this thing. Oh shoot, I just this one deletes. Damn it. Okay. Well, I lost the nice UAV, so I have to get it back. So set it loadable. Grab all this again. So the basics of the system are already functional. That's our bit of code. Just save that for a sec. want to load this in. Carry it. Load. And now open the menu. Actually, I'll put something else in as well. I'll just put this, tuck this in. And we'll open our menu. So we got 2 utility drones and a basic ammo. Definitely gonna do that like icon thing though. That is a great idea. Alright. Basic ammo, so what do we want to get at? We'll get at like a drone and then we'll get at a basic ammo. So we'll unload the drone and then which one? So we'll unload the basic ammo. Yeah, awesome. We're not actually like the menu is not showing like the capacity of the vehicle, which is a mind you, this is just an unload menu. Like it's not meant as like a vehicle like broad logistics menu. It's just meant to like unload cargo. And like to unload the one you want rather than like the random one. So it doesn't have to be super complicated. So so that works. That works. But yeah, what we can certainly do is go, and this is a bit speculative, but we can go like EHID equals add mission event handler draw 3D. This is just like a fun little extension. This is like, these are the things that take up so much time. So we'll go into our system here for our draw 3D stuff. We're going to just steal a line here. Menu on the cargo. Let's take this line. Draw icon 3D. We don't really need an, do we need an icon? Maybe we do. I don't have any like default icons laying around though. Maybe I'll just take, I should just leave it like that for now. So 0.5 actually, a gray color, that'll do. And then 1 model to world. Model to world, yeah, it's model to world visual. And then we'll just go like 000. So what we're doing is just drawing like an icon around the don't like this code here, but this will just have to do. So code is, and we have this object variable here now. So if not is null, go on namespace, get variable object, then now we have our object here. So we got our object, replace unit there. This this is not good right here. Actually, how did that, what did I just see there? Okay. Yeah, okay, that's how it happened. So display name, no thing there. custom DN. This is like text for the icon. Center. Offset should be 0.05 is alright. 0.05 is good. No icon, gray. Over the center of the icon. Display name or custom DN. That's fine. Okay. I think that's just it. And then this is before the start of the loop. At the end of the loop, we just go remove mission event handler, draw 3D, just like that. Okay. So we'll see what happens, huh? And then we'll name one of our boxes. We'll name this one. So we'll go cursor objects, set variable, custom DN. My special box, serial box, true. So this is one of our special little boxes. Put it in, load it in, load our drone in. And now, if I open our menu up, get rid of this bit. Oh, okay. I'm missing it's a compile error. I'm just missing a bit of code here. So here, just need a comma. So it should hopefully put like an icon over the object that we're about to remove, or that we have selected. Pretty cool. So we select one. No text? No, where's my text? Okay, yeah, serial box is there. Yeah, it's coming up. It's very dim. Okay. But where's the other stuff? Oh, okay. Yeah. Just dumb again. Always dumb. Config of object. Yeah, I like this. This is a good way to spend time. Yeah, so now it's got like a little icon there over top of the object, so we know which one we're accessing. There are some forms of cargo, like not sure if you saw it earlier, but like we have extended scripted cargo, which isn't visible. So in that case, we won't do this, but if the cargo is visible, then there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to. I'm just looking up here, like how the text moves around. That's our serial box in the middle, basic ammo, serial box, and utility drone. Yeah. So if I want to, say I get asked like, oh, can you go put the utility drone in the off-road for me to go further with it? I don't have to come over here and unload randomly until I get it. It's just like, so I'll come up here, I'll open the menu, select what I want, revive drone, unload, then yeah, so I'm gonna put in like an option, so if the object is carryable, that when you click the other button, that you get the option to carry it on the way out instead of just unloading onto the ground. That'll have to close the menu as well. So it'll close the menu and carry it. It's pretty cool, huh? Why are we leaving that truck behind? This is a weak link system here. So we do have a that Hemet is a weak link in the chain, and it just broke off. It says like, see, it says like off-road Hemet, the difference in weight, difference limit, and then like speed threshold. Speed threshold is like you can drive with a bad combo up to a certain speed. But anyways, yeah, so that's what we're working on. I think I might go do something about like lunch or something now. But certainly gonna work on this a bit more in the next day or two. I mean, it's nothing. It's not huge. It's not super special thing. It's just an unload menu. So open it up. Yeah, so that's okay. I think it's cool. So I got exit, nothing happens. Go unload, and it gets dropped out. What this allows us to do is like more exotic vehicle cargo stuff. Like we can have them carry like 10 boxes. We can have them like look at this. Like hold on, just to give you an idea of what we can do. And just how like versatile this stuff is. I was gonna say another word, but stuff suffices. So sandbag wall short. So cursor object set variable QS logistics loadable sandbag wall short. Why don't we just pick it up? We'll just pick it up, load it in, and then take our menu. Take our menu, pop it open. We have a sandbag wall short sitting here. Unload. Oh, because it's like in other cargo. So I should be able to unload it like this. Yeah, okay. See how cool is that? I wonder, I haven't done any logic for like moving these things around. So it should just, yeah, it'll just stay in the air like that. It's actually a good barrier for like protection. Just walk around with this. Anyway, so actually I can treat here, can't I? So yeah, that's what we're working on. I'm gonna go make a coffee and have some lunch. And then I might resume afterwards, or I might just like not. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, until next time, guys. Cheers. Thank you.